Well, that was AEW Collision and our thoughts on the AEW booking, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. But Jim,
And can I say one thing also?
Yeah.
While I was trending again, as I tried to catch up on some of the tweets, I've had other people again, and I've talked to you about this in the past. They say this not only about me, but other people. You know, when they say, well, they ought to bring so-and-so in. And people will say to me, I can't believe Vince won't bring you in. Or, why didn't Tony bring you in? And I was wondering the other day, do you think when Luthez was happily retired living out there in Norfolk, Virginia on the beach with his lovely wife, Charlie, and enjoying his golden years when he was 80 years old, and people would see him and they would say, why doesn't WCW bring you in? And he'd look at him like, because A, I'm fucking 80. And
B, fuck Antonino Rocca.
Well, yeah, and B, fuck Rocca. And he could probably still have at 80 stretched half of the roster down there. But that's what it being brought in requires most people on the other end of it to want to fucking go. And I'm going to hear this for the rest of my life, I guess. Well, so if I'm 80 fucking years old down at the fucking rehab center with various tubes in me, boy, I wonder if Tony's going to bring him in. I don't want to go. I don't want to go to things I would want to do. But and herein maybe this is one more thing, and then hold that thought. This may be a learning. What do they call it? Goddamn, now I've lost the phrase. The learning, teaching moment. I'm 62, and I don't want, because I couldn't do it as well as I used to now, even if I wanted to, and I don't want to. So I don't want to go or be bright. And maybe
I don't want to hear
there should be some kind of goddamn age requirement like the California Commission had. Poor old Fred Blassie, when he turned 55, had to leave and go to New York and be a highly paid manager or whatever. But
it sounds like you're being lazy. What the fans expect is for you to go and jump the rail and then run and grab the mic away from Justin Roberts and then hit the ring and then do a promo and then run away from babyfaces, again jumping the rail, and then you run out of there. Well, seriously, what do they, so when people are like, I wish he was there to do his thing, what? What do you want him to do? You want him to jump the rail? He's 62.
And I'm not going to, that show is unproducible to begin with. And they booked themselves into a goddamn miasma of, it's like a bowl of goddamn gruel.
You should do everyone a favor, jump into the truck and lock the door.
So, but again, yeah, there you go. With a no, you're not broadcasting this program. That's how I could help them. No, there's nothing that I could do that would change what they have come up with, and they're welcome to it. But again, not just me. But for fuck's sake, the people that are in their fucking 60s, let them, if you want them to work for you, Tony, let them tell you what you ought to be doing. Don't put them out there to try to do it. And that's what they've got again now is, but I know the problem is that Edge and Christian and some of these, even Jericho, my God, Jericho's better than half this roster. Now, take that compliment with a grain of salt. But the veteran, experienced talent that is taking Tony for a ride is still better at getting over, with the sole exception of MJF, than the young, not ready for primetime players that the Buckaroos talked him into signing. So the over-the-hill gang is running away with the program. And that's, I know I'm thinking long-term, silly me, when from what we're seeing here, I don't know if there is a long-term, except for the rights of the library. Whenever Shad figures, well, he spent his inheritance. But anyway, I'm not ready to be brought in yet, Brian.
All right, well, that's good to hear. And I think that, Jim, this past week's Collision was one of those rare episodes where you would probably start in the sleep position on the perfect sleep chair and end in the TV position or sitting upright in the perfect sleep chair to watch the dregs of AEW. And
Well,
then
I remember when you used to actually try to think about this for a second and make some semblance of sense, and your words were put together in the manner in which the English language deserved to be treated instead of this tortured syntax,
when was that?
verbal diarrhea to try to get to a topic that's so easy. It's so easy to talk about. Everybody wants to be comfortable. And everybody has trouble getting exactly in the right position to be comfortable, whether they're sleeping or watching TV or whatever. That's a problem that everybody's got. Now, we cannot help you if you've got your drawers tucked up between the boys too tight, and that's what's ailing you. However, if it's just you can't get in the right position because you got a lumpy surface that you're on, or it won't go in the right shape to fit your, maybe your bucket seat is not big enough for your bucket or whatever the case, the perfect sleep chair from shopjourney.com handles that quite well because they can get in any combination of positions. It's an infinite number when you take into consideration the back moving and the footrest moving and the seat moving up and down and the whole thing straightening out flat or standing almost up straight. And then the moving it down again, and up and down, and up and down. There's an infinite number of positions.
A virtual arena experience.
Yes. And boy, when it tilts you sideways, and then you go up like the roller coaster, and then when it does the loop-de-loop. Actually, is there a loop-de-loop setting, Brian?
In the arena? What arena has a loop-de-loop? What are you talking about?
In the perfect sleep chair.
They don't have a loop. That would be so dangerous, and so, no, they do not have that.
Well, then don't get one of these for your mother-in-law because the accident probably wouldn't be believable unless it has a loop-de-loop setting.
Go the other way.
That's where you can really find the loophole in that.
Get one for your mother-in-law so she can tell her daughter how much she loves you.
I was thinking if it had a loop-de-loop and you could get it and she hit the button, if she fell on her head, then, plausible deniability, you weren't even there. But nevertheless.
Have you ever been on one? A loop-de-loop? A roller coaster?
I don't go upside down.
You've never been upside down?
No, I don't. Well, sometimes against my will, but I don't purposely put myself in a position where I'm going to be hurled upside down.
Other than your snappy-pappy behavior, have you ever been upside down on a ride?
No, that's what I'm saying to
Never.
you.
Wow.
Except in the course of wrestling and or vehicular accidents and or a few skirmishes, I have been upside down, but against my will. But I would never purposely get on a conveyance or a vehicle or a compartment or holder of anything that would turn me upside down on purpose.
You came to this conclusion in life, or like even as a little kid, you were just like, I can't do this?
No, I wasn't an upside down kid when I was a kid either. No, that didn't make sense to me. But, but now the tilt-a-whirl, I love that tilt because as long as I'm right side up, I'll spin around in circles and go fast. But it's just, it can't be.
What about the Gravitron?
Well, now that thing, I see what they're going for there, but it made me more uncomfortable than anything else and hurt my little gonads when I was plastered up against that wall.
When I was a kid at the Gravitron at Adventureland on Long Island, some kid threw up and it just went right back into his own face.
Well, see, those kind of things, and especially on roller coasters, too, those kind of things can happen. And I don't want people just projectile vomiting, especially if they're in front of me on a situation like that.
Well, no one wants that. But, Jim, I think what I want to say is that the great thing about the perfect sleep chair is there's no loop-de-loop.
We're still talking about that.
No loop-de-loop, so you will be safe and you will be comfortable and you will be asleep and awake and enjoying your day in a comfortable, perfect chair.
Your right side can sleep while your left side is watching television. And also, if you hit the Gravitron button, it'll suck you right into the fucking lining of this thing, and you'll never be able to get it. It'll be like you weigh 1,000 pounds. Your head is getting very sleepy.
It is a hokey pokey of comfort.
Okay, well, I'll take the hokey and you get the pokey. But nevertheless, if you're in the perfect sleep chair and you feel something poking you anywhere, that's an optional attachment that's going to cost extra.
Nope. Not
your
from
wife
Perfect
will
Sleep
like it.
Chair, maybe from some unlicensed third-party vendor, but not from Perfect Sleep Chair.
Some kind of bootleg. Oh, that was the Perfect Sex Chair. I'm sorry. I confused the advertising. And you know what? You made fun of me.
Unbelievable. Yes, I did. I'm sure.
You did what?
I don't know when, but I'm sure I did.
Well, I'm trying to tell you. You made fun of me last week when I tried to mention that I'd given the Perfect Sleep Chair to my cousin Larry when he got out of the rehabilitation facility and was in the hospital and everything, was able to come home. And he's been doing his physical therapy, but the chair still helped him be able to move around and even stand up a little bit, get him started there. And he can sleep in it, or he can move around and get his circulation going, and it vibrates and it heats up and cools down because he's got the Perfect Sleep Chair. He's got the Perfect Sleep Chair. He's got the Perfect Sleep Chair. And you made fun of me for bringing the jocularity and hilarity of our spot down because I was talking about a real-life individual with mobilization problems. He's not directly as completely mobile as he should be, and the chair is helping him. There's a lot of the sick and the shut-ins out there that deserve a main event on television and deserve the Perfect Sleep Chair, not only for a lazy type of comfort for your own self and your own self-indulgent pleasures and whims, you decadent people out there, you cretins, you're living a life of debauchery and you want to be perfectly comfortable in a perfect sleep chair, or for the needy and the sick and the people who really need something like this. It's therapeutic heat and help if their muscles can't do the job of moving the chair on it. It can move on its own.
And everyone in between, the needy and the whatever the first option was.
The first option is just you slugs out there and you decadent, debauched individuals that all you care is your own pleasures and carnal desires. And this Perfect Sleep Chair is good for carnality also, if you want to, because it'll hold two people if you do it right. And they don't squimp on squimp.
They don't squimp or skimp. They are a fine company.
They don't skimp on quality or squimp on it either. And it's available in several fabrics, including genuine leather. I'm checking to see if they got one for Harley made out of puppy pad material there, fabric. And they deliver the chair right to you. Not the puppy pads, but the chair. So you don't need to worry about just packing this thing home from the store or whatever. It's going to show up right and some fine individuals are going to unbox it and bring it right in. The one that when they brought mine in, they took the top of the box off. There was a fucking guy still sleeping in a chair.
No, there wasn't. Don't even joke about that. That's not how they deliver their chair. There'll be no one in your chair. It'll be fresh for you to die in on your own.
To do what?
Or, I mean, to enjoy.
Enjoy, yes. All right. He was asleep, not dead.
I thought you said he was dead. He wasn't
dead.
No,
I said he was asleep. He was still sleeping in it.
Listen, alive or dead, you can come to life in this chair.
But they have a special function. If you go on their website, shopjourney.com, SHOP and the group Journey with Steve Perry, shopjourney.com. And they got a special function. You can register your chair so that if anybody else but you gets in it, they will instantly be injected with poison.
No.
And they will be killed on the spot.
No.
And then you can dispose of them later on.
If it sounds like a comic book, folks, it's because that's not real. That will not be offered. That will not be an option.
No, that's a goddamn Ian Fleming novel. You could see Gert Frobe sitting down in that thing and the needle coming out and boop, and then he'd realize, Bond, he's got me. Newman. But anyway, folks, once again, the best chair money can buy.
That's right.
The best chair that sickness can help.
Perfection.
Can help sickness.
Perfection.
I'm sorry, what?
Perfection.
Perfection. No, I thought you said infection. No, if you have an infection, it's a good chair to sit in too because it'll tilt you upward where you can hawk that stuff out and spit in your spittoon. Spittoon not included. But again, folks, go to shopjourney.com/JCE right now and use the promo code JCE.
Spittoon. Oh, no, JCE.
No, the promo code JCE. Spittoon is the next spot. You're going to get $125 off your order is what's going to happen to you. $125 off the perfect sleep chair to sleep or be ill in, whichever one, or watch TV, have sex, be ill, and sleep,
or
all
just
in
sit,
this chair.
or just sit and have a regular sit down.
Just sit quietly. Sit quietly and have a regular sit down.
That's right.
And then get up and walk away again.
Just like regular people do. I will sit down and now I will get up.
Or bring the Kama Sutra over and prop it up on the coffee table and try this bad boy out. Shopjourney.com/JCE. Use the promo code JCE at checkout. $125 off. The best chair to do anything in.
That's right. Once again, the perfect sleep chair, the perfect way to sit back and enjoy wrestling on a Wednesday or any other night. But Jim, let's keep.
Or just if you're paralyzed and can't move at all, at least you could be in comfort and have the movement done for you.